Hello everyone. Welcome to my YNR 24 spoilers. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bold move, risky bet making amends. Spoilers for Tuesday, October 21's episode of The Young and the Restless hint at some significant events in GC. A character takes a daring step, another makes a dangerous wager, and someone tries to put things right. What can we expect from Tuesday's performance? It's time to find out. Kane Ashby modifies. Spoilers for Tuesday, October 21's episode of The Young and the Restless suggest that Kane Ashby will try to patch things up with Devon Hamilton Winters. Given how passionately Devon defends Lily Winters and how long that ship has been at sea, it seems quite improbable that Kane will be able to win over Devon as an ally. Devon would probably put an end to any attempt to make amends with his former brother-in-law, because Lily's brother does not trust Kane and has told Lily to avoid her ex. Phyllis Summers's dangerous bet. Phyllis Summers will make a bold wager across town. On the verge of attempting to spoil Danny and Christine Blair's bachelor and bachelorette parties in the episode that aired on Monday, October 20th. Read more. Next 3 weeks of The Young and the Restless spoilers. Noah awakens, Mariah struggles, and Detective Burrow is busted. It appears that Kane and his AI software will be the focus of this risky bet that Phyllis is about to make when she returns to the screen on Tuesday, October 21st. Tessa Porter's audacious step. Last but not least, Tuesday's teasers for The Young and the Restless hint that Tessa Porter will take a risk and kiss her bestie, Daniel. This week's YNR teaser has a video of a drunk Tessa leaning in for a kiss as Daniel tries to assist her in climbing the CAC stairs. Fans will have to watch to see whether either of them will stop before things get out of control when she and him exchange lips. New mysteries, new romances, and thrilling debuts. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, this year's November sweeps will be intriguing, full of fresh mysteries and romances, as well as some highly anticipated debuts. What is about to fall apart? It's time to discuss it. Key character introductions. 2 highly anticipated character debuts are revealed by The Young and the Restless spoilers for the November sweeps. Fans will watch Lucas Adams take over as the most recent casting of this iconic character when Noah Newman finally awakens in the episode airing on Tuesday, November 4th. Fans have been anticipating the arrival of soap opera veteran Roger Howarth on the YNR canvas for months, but there is still one more eagerly awaited debut. But is he someone else or Tucker McCall? Time will tell. Fresh mysteries. Naturally, a huge mystery surrounding Noah's accident will surface while Nick and Sharon Newman are in Los Angeles. With the arrival of Detective Burrow and Sienna Bacall, as well as admirers, his parents are immediately concerned that the accident wasn't an accident, but was intentionally caused. Furthermore, Burrows was talking to an unidentified boss last week and doesn't appear to be a detective. Is this a character from Howarth? Additionally, Sienna did admit that she didn't know where her life partner, Mitch, was, so that's another factor. Howarth might be Mitch. Fresh romances. Speaking of LA, it appears that Claire Newman might put the finishing touch to Kyle Abbott's relationship by permanently leaving it. Will Claire and Holden Novak, played by Nathan Owens, go from their friendship to romance? There have been a lot of sparks between them. May Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, and Kane Ashby combine business and pleasure? The November YNR teasers also suggest that Phyllis Summers may have an unexpected new love interest. Given his continued obsession with Lily Winters, things may get complicated between the two. In related news, as Victoria Newman and Nate Hastings grow closer, an old love will become new again. Given how close these two have become in recent weeks, a romantic reunion is inevitable. Will Sharon and Nick, however, also have a happy reunion? Sienna could throw a wrench in this, but Noah's accident might strengthen their bond. Twists in the plot. Devon Winters will somehow become entangled in the romantic triangle between Mariah Copeland, Tessa Porter, and Daniel Jr. across town. Given that Devon is married to Abby Winters, this is intriguing. Yet, Y&R spoilers indicate that Devon will be led in an unexpected direction that puts his family in danger. Notes on the November sweeps. Additionally, despite Kane's assurance to Lily, it appears that Victor Newmans might end up obtaining that AI software. Regretfully, the mustache is focused on eliminating the Abbotts and Jabot. Therefore, his conflict with Jack Abbott is likely to intensify when Jack retaliates. The Bug and the Rockstars will finally tie the knot in November when Christine Blair and Danny exchange vows for the second time. Having said that, given their conversation at Danny's bachelor party, would Phyllis become involved on the day of the event, or will she stay out of it? Introduction. The development of the emotional terrain of Genoa City. Emotions never stop in the center of Genoa City. Each episode of The Young and the Restless features a complex interplay of risk, revelation, and redemption in addition to tales of love, ambition, and treachery. This relationship is aptly captured in the forthcoming episode, Making Amends, Risky Bet, Bold Move, which airs on Tuesday, October 21st. In order to prepare for the upcoming dramatic November sweeps, it intertwines three major character arcs: Tessa Porter's audacious emotional leap, Phyllis Summers' risky high-stakes bet, and Kane Ashby's attempt to make amends with Devon Hamilton Winters. These plots aren't discrete. Rather, they have an impact on almost all of the main characters' relationships and lifestyles inside Genoa City's broader narrative framework. Fundamentally, this script explores the motivations behind each character's actions rather than just what they do. In a society that lives on second chances and daring ventures, every move is a moral fork in the road, a reflection of identity and purpose. Redemption in a city that never forgets. Kane Ashby makes amends. Kane is haunted by his past. Kane Ashby, a man characterized by his charm, ambition, and unwavering ability for self-destruction, has always walked the thin line between good and wrong. The people of Genoa City, including Lily Winters' fiercely protective brother, Devon Hamilton Winters, have not readily forgotten his past transgressions, especially those involving Lily Winters. In this episode, Kane is determined to mend bridges that have long since burned to ash by facing his past head-on. However, his attempt to patch things up with Devon is more about atonement than reconciliation. He has to convince himself that he is still dependable, moral, and possibly even redeemable. The wall of distrust in Devon. Devon is deeply distrustful. One of the few constants in his life is his devotion to Lily, particularly in the midst of both emotional and professional turbulence. Kane has long been viewed by Devon as a disruptive force that causes mayhem wherever he goes. As a result, Devon's response to Kane approaching with an olive branch in hand is expected, but also contains a hint of melancholy, reflecting what may have happened if Kane had made a different decision years prior. The Young and the Restless' enduring interest in forgiveness is reflected in this interaction. The show frequently raises the topic of whether redemption in Genoa City is a temporary and conditional mirage, or if people can ever completely change. Both men are reminded that reconciliation is a process involving sorrow, pride, and vulnerability, and that Kane's desire to make apologies mirrors Devon's own grieving and healing process. The shadow of Lily is there. Lily Winters hangs large over this plot, even though she is not directly involved in the conflict. Every choice Kane makes is still influenced by her past with him, a tale of love that is both beautiful and broken. Therefore, Kane's reconciliations are not just with Devon, but also with the ghost of his past life. Every attempt to rebuild and every apology is an implicit request for Lily's pardon. Whether Kane's regret can outweigh his reputation is the source of the tension. Although Devon's rejection is all but inevitable, it helps Kane undergo a significant metamorphosis. He exhibits a maturity that the previous Kane did not, as evidenced by his choice to seek reconciliation in spite of the difficulties. The emotional foundation has been laid, a compelling examination of remorse and the unwavering optimism that one can change their tale. It remains to be seen if this results in genuine redemption or more profound destruction. Phyllis Summers' dangerous bet. Manipulation, power, and the bet of love. The Art of Self-Sabotage and Phyllis. Phyllis' summer story is about temptation, the kind that pushes her over the brink of reason, whereas Cain's story is about redemption. Control, intelligence, and boldness have always been Phyllis's strong suits, but they also frequently drive her to chaos. In this episode, her risky bet represents not just a real gamble, but also a symbolic one, a readiness to jeopardize everything for another chance at power, including her profession, pride, and heart. Following her unsuccessful attempt to spoil Danny and Christine Blair's festivities, Phyllis is left feeling vulnerable. Her feelings of rejection, nostalgia, and jealousy combine to form a single, perilous impulse. She wants to take back control by supporting Cain Ashby and his AI software business. It's emotional roulette in addition to being a business risk. The meeting point of desire and business. It's interesting that Phyllis chose to link her destiny to Cain's AI program. Two characters who are both in serious need of redemption, but take different approaches to it, are entangled in it. Cain seeks forgiveness, while Phyllis seeks empowerment. Their possible partnership has the potential to be explosive, full of both success and failure. Alliances can make it difficult to distinguish between strategic and personal relationships in Genoa City's corporate community. In addition to making money, Phyllis's bold wager aims to establish her authority in a society that has consistently rejected her. However, the personal invariably permeates the professional, as is always the case with Phyllis. Her developing relationship with Cain raises the possibility of a love or manipulative tie that might endanger them both or turn them into an unheard-of power couple. The stakes for psychology. The alluring peril of playing God is a recurrent topic in Y&R, and Phyllis's gamble highlights it. In a town where ambition, technology, and dishonesty frequently coexist, Phyllis's attempt to beat the system could have disastrous results. The human impulse to manipulate fate and change the rules to one's advantage, even at the expense of everything, is symbolized by her risky bet. Tessa Porter's audacious step. Love, perplexity, and repercussions. The kiss that transforms everything. Tessa Porter has always been a character torn between two worlds. Truth and impulse, loyalty and longing, and music and motherhood. Her daring action, an unannounced kiss with Daniel, is the result of weeks of emotional turmoil. What seems to be an instance of inebriated spontaneity is actually the release of repressed feelings, loneliness, and possibly even an inquisitiveness about what may have been. Complexity is increased by Daniel's response, which involves reciprocating and then retreating. It's about connection during a period when both characters feel lost, not just about attraction. This kiss is more than just a brief moment. It's a spark that has the potential to destroy several relationships because of their shared past, artistic interests, and emotional weaknesses. The emotional repercussions. The repercussions of Tessa's actions go much beyond her personal emotions. One of the most cherished same-sex couples on the program, her bond with Mariah Copeland, may encounter its biggest obstacle to yet. The significance of this occasion will be evident to fans who have witnessed the transformation from secret lovers to adoptive parents. Even if it was an accident, Tessa's impetuous kiss runs the risk of destroying years of arduously earned trust. Daniel is also faced with a moral dilemma. He must choose between temptation and compassion to determine if this incident was a simple slip-up or an indication of a deeper desire. His future decisions may reshape not only his bond with Tessa, but also his place in the complex web of passion and remorse in Genoa City. Thematic resonance. Tessa's audacious action perfectly captures the meaning of the episode's title. Making a daring decision means sacrificing the security of the known in order to pursue the unknown. It means acting with emotion rather than reason. Her choice, whether deliberate or impulsive, illustrates how people yearn to connect, even if it means causing mayhem. It serves as a reminder that love in Genoa City is complex, intense, and fundamentally human. It is never clear-cut. A look at the November sweeps. New romances, new mysteries, and exciting debuts. Legacy's comeback and new blood's arrival. The Young and the Restless will be profoundly impacted by the November sweeps. Both a nostalgic callback and a reimagining of a legacy character are represented by the reappearance of Noah Newman, who is currently played by Lucas Adams. In addition to rekindling family strife within the Newman dynasty, his coma waking introduces fresh storylines centered on mystery, retaliation, and emotional rediscovery. At the same time, Roger Howarth's eagerly awaited debut adds more mystery. Longtime soap opera viewers are aware that Howarth's appearance typically heralds intricate, ethically dubious narratives, the sort of character who upends established relationships and questions other people's moral compass. His assimilation into Genoa City is certain to be explosive, regardless of whether he portrays a recast Tucker McCall or a completely different character. The unsolved mysteries. Was it a setup or an accident? Noah Newman's accident, or, as his parents believe, an attack, is at the center of the drama in November. Nick and Sharon put aside their disagreements in order to find the truth, since they share a common fear and suspicion. Detective Burrow and Sienna Bacall, both of whom have secrets of their own, are drawn into their inquiry. Burrow's dubious phone conversation to an unidentified boss raises the possibility of a plot much more complex than a straightforward auto accident. The enigma is further complicated by the likelihood that Howarth's character is the enigmatic Mitch. The show's long-standing narrative pattern is revitalized as Genoa City shifts from emotional drama to psychological thriller when these pieces come together. Love in transition, rekindled passions, novel sparks, and surprising matches. Claire and Holden, romance's future. Claire Newman's possible breakup with Kyle Abbott creates the possibility of a new romance with Holden Novak. Their chemistry, which is marked by emotional vulnerability, shared ambition, and respect for one another, has been developing gradually. Both characters might be redefined if The Young and the Restless decides to go with this pairing, offering a more contemporary, emotionally astute kind of romance. Kane and Phyllis, pleasure or business. There are intriguing suggestions of a Phyllis-Kane relationship. Both are yearning for approval, driven by ambition and plagued by failure. Emotional sparks are unavoidable. Even if their relationship is only transactional, Phyllis funding Kane's AI research, for example. If work becomes pleasure, it may spark a new power couple dynamic that matches that of Jack and Diane or Victor and Nikki. However, this combination is unstable because of its mutual volatility. Passion that burns too brightly frequently turns to ashes. Nate and Victoria, a rekindled desire. Victoria Newman and Nate Hastings, meanwhile, are getting closer to getting back together. Their emotional bond and common goal raise the possibility that long-standing scars may eventually mend. Nevertheless, there is a risk of manipulation and treachery in their passion, which makes their possible reunion both thrilling and risky. The YNR idea of power and vulnerability, love as both strength and weakness, is embodied in their love tale. The AI plotline, power and intrigue. Victor Newman's schemes. Without Victor Newman pulling the strings from behind the scenes, No Young and the Restless plot would be complete. In addition to being a financial decision, his pursuit of Kane's AI software is a calculated attack in his continuous conflict with the Abbotts and Jabot. Through the prism of contemporary technology and corporate espionage, this subplot reimagines the classic rivalry between Abbott and Newman. Victor's acquisition of the AI program has the potential to completely change Genoa City's business environment. But at what price? Kane might be right in Victor's crosshairs because of his devotion to Lily and his own goals. In the meantime, Peter Bergman's character Jack Abbott refuses to watch helplessly as the mustache takes the lead. Anticipate intense boardroom conflicts, betrayals on a personal level, and the kind of high-stakes drama that epitomizes YNR. Devon's decline into anarchy. Devon Winter's unexpected participation in the Mariah, Tessa, Daniel love triangle is arguably one of the more unexpected twists hinted to for November. His marriage to Abby, Melissa Ordway, is in jeopardy because of this major character departure for a man who is so rooted in family and business. Whether it is love confusion, misplaced allegiance, or emotional manipulation, Devon's unexpected path creates moral ambiguity that may reshape his personality for years to come. This plot revolves around identity issue rather than just infidelity. Devon has always considered himself to be a moral compass, the sane fulcrum in the midst of turmoil. His decline would be dramatic and full of story points, giving Y&R a unique chance to examine how decent individuals make poor decisions. Wrenches, weddings, and the influence of memories. One of the most poignant events of November is expected to be Christine Blair and Danny's second wedding, rekindled after years of separation and upheaval. Their love story is a testament to perseverance, hope, and legacy. But in the background, Phyllis Summers looms, her feelings vacillating between sabotage and acceptance. Will Phyllis actually take a back seat and let other people experience happiness? Or will her jealousy come back to haunt her on the wedding day? Her history makes restraint seem improbable. But if she decides for grace instead of retaliation, it might be a sign that she's ready to change at last. In conclusion, Genoa City is at a turning point. Making amends, risky bet, bold move is a study in metamorphosis rather than just a compilation of plots. Every character must make a decision that could alter not just their personal lives, but also the show's overall emotional tone. 3 vulnerable actions that reverberate throughout Genoa City's larger fabric are Kane's request for forgiveness, Phyllis's wager on power, and Tessa's risk of love. The themes of risk-taking, reinvention, and atonement promise to catapult Y&R into one of its most captivating storylines in years as the show approaches November sweeps. The drama never goes out of style, whether it's because of new characters like Roger Howarth's enigmatic character or because of old characters like Victor and Jack rekindling their rivalry. It's a constant reminder that nothing in Genoa City is ever truly safe, secret, or settled.